Today's laundry day. That's one of the things we have to do. I owned a big commercial industrial laundry, and now I have to go to the laundromat. But that's okay. They have a laundromat here, up here in the bathhouse, and it's free. And two washers, two dryers. As a matter of fact, they're really nice washers and dryers. There's several things we have to do when we're traveling that we don't like doing. I do not go to a barber or a hair salon like I used to, and get my hair cut. We bought a pair of those Oster, I guess they're called, trimmers with the little guards that goes on it, and I just take and sit down in the chair and throw a tablecloth around me, and Mom cuts my hair, and it's time to do that, by the way. Something else is too. I got to bring this up. I kept getting comments, and one from my daughter in particular, talking about how much weight I had lost. And BCTRUCK was here the other day, and that's the first thing he said when he saw me. Of course, on camera you don't notice too much, but my daughter had been noticing it in my face, and then I went back and looked at videos a year ago, and I knew I'd lost weight because I've already went through 2 belts in the last probably 8 months. Matter of fact, the one I got on now is I had to make a hole for it. So I knew I'd lost a lot, but I had no way to weigh. I didn't have any scales here, and I go to the doctor and they'd weigh me. I didn't pay no attention. They just write it down and I'd go on, And but so I told my mother. She travels with Tina and I told her, I said, I have got to weigh. I said, everybody keeps asking me about my weight, and I said, I know I'm losing it because I can tell it in my clothes. And she goes, well, I've got the scales in here under the bed. And I said, well, I didn't even know we had the scales. I thought we'd sold them in the yard sale. So I got on them, and I know what I weighed, and I was really shocked. I have lost 38 pounds. I mean, it's probably the least I've weighed in years. But it is. I figured it up. Figured it several times to make sure I had it right. So I've lost right at 30, right at 40 pounds, close to it. And I may have even gained a little bit back in the last month or so. One thing I am going to do when I get back into Arkansas, we'll be there probably about the 15th of December, and there's going to be a concealed carry class the 31st. I and my uncle, he's going to go with me, and we're both going to take the class. I know it takes sometimes 6 months to get your permit because they're so backed up with it, but I'm finally going to do it. If you go to BCTRUCK, go to his video. I think it's probably maybe 5, 6, 7 videos back, where he talks about where he was in a convenience store and there was 2 guys in a van sitting outside. He found them to be suspicious, but watch the video. One of the people in that van approached him and asked him if he voted for Trump. And BC was concerned, and he had good reason to. If you watch the video, you got to go watch this video, because it's so ironic that happened. That the music video I just did, the last video, I had went into the town of Homer. I'm walking around town. I'm talking to merchants and everything, asking them if I can film outside their store. And you'll see me walking in a door, and that's a pharmacy there. I'm out front of this pharmacy. I'm standing there by the truck, and a car pulls up next to me. It was 3 black males. They got out of the car, and I didn't pay attention. They was right next to me. Anyway, the guy come up to me and said something to me, and I didn't know what he was saying. I didn't feel threatened. Nothing like that. But he said something to me, and I said, man, I'm sorry. I didn't understand that. And he said it again, and I had figured out. He said, are you going to shoot me? I said, no, man, I'm not going to shoot you. He goes, well, okay. He said, I just thought maybe I'd ask. And then he walks off. And I thought, could that circumstance have been different? It could have been. And it's so ironic that BCTRUCK had just talked about this, and that it didn't kind of happen to me, but in a little different way, That the man made a point to come to me. And that was the first thing out of his mouth. He didn't say, how you doing or what you doing. I mean, nothing like that. I mean, I'm pulling all these tripods and stuff out. And kind of when he said, shoot me, I thought maybe he was meant like shooting the video. I thought maybe he was going to say, don't get me in the video. All kinds of things were going through my mind. But then he specifically said, since you're wearing that camo, I figured you might have a gun and want to shoot me. I'm like, man. So I'm getting my concealed carry permit. And guys, thanks a lot again for watching.